Pause for a moment and listen to the sound of your breath. In this very moment, you are breathing, your heart is beating, and the universe around you continues to move without asking permission from your thoughts or fears. How many times have you found yourself imprisoned in the dungeon of the past? How many nights have you spent replaying the tape of memories, wondering what if you had done this, or what if someone hadn't said that? The hard truth we all need to face is that the past is dead and gone. You cannot edit a single line in yesterday's book, but you hold the pen entirely to write today's page. When you hold on to regret, you pour the energy of the present into a broken vessel. Fear of the future and sorrow over the past are what steal from you the only truth you actually possess, this very moment. Happiness and tranquility are not rewards waiting for you at the end of the road. Rather, they are the way you choose to walk the road itself. Choosing peace does not mean your life will be free of problems or that tomorrow's obstacles will vanish like magic. It means you have made a conscious decision not to allow external storms to destroy the internal home you have built for your soul. Observe nature around you. Trees do not resist fierce winds to the point of breaking. Instead, they bend with them fluidly until the storm passes, then stand tall toward the sky once more. Rivers do not stop when rocks block their path. They search for new routes or, slowly and patiently, carve through the rock to create their own way. You resemble this nature in your core. Your steadfastness lies in your ability to adapt, and in your absolute certainty that every hardship is followed by relief. The world has taught us to measure our worth by what we own, the positions we reach, or the admiration of others. This endless racetrack of comparisons is the primary reason for the state of constant tension we live in. When you anchor your standard of success to society's perspective, you hand the keys to your happiness to someone else. True success is waking up in the morning with a light heart, looking in the mirror and knowing you are honest with yourself, and being at peace with your flaws and shortcomings before your virtues. Acceptance is not surrender or weakness. It is the true launching pad toward change. Acceptance means acknowledging your current situation without self-flagellation, while surrender means believing your current situation is your end. When you accept that you have experienced setbacks, that you are not perfect, and that life is not always fair, you strip problems of the power they derive from your resistance to them. Violent resistance to pain multiplies it, while embracing and understanding it paves the way for its healing. Ask yourself this question: what would happen if you stopped running right now? What if you took a deep breath and decided that what you have now and where you have arrived today is an excellent start for a new journey? Life is not a race with others. It is your unique, personal experience. No one possesses your fingerprint, and no one sees the world the way you do. So why try to live a copy of someone else's life? The human mind is a great tool for innovation and problem solving, but it turns into a dark prison when left to run unguided. Overthinking is your mind's attempt to control things that cannot be controlled. We fall into the trap of analyzing every word, anticipating every bad scenario, and seeking guarantees in a world that changes by nature every second. To protect your mind from this constant exhaustion, you must learn the art of observation without participation. When a worrying thought comes to you, do not fight it or try to force it out. Observe it like a passerby outside your window and tell yourself, I see this thought, but I am not obligated to believe it or follow it. Separate yourself from your thoughts, and always remember that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness observing those thoughts. Focus your attention on your body when you feel overwhelmed or lost. Return immediately to your 5 senses. Surrender the illusion of control and gently acknowledge to yourself that some things are beyond your will, and trying to control them will bring you nothing but exhaustion. Tension comes from trying to live in tomorrow while you are still existing in today. Lighten the burden on your shoulders. You do not have to solve all of life's problems in this single sequence of minutes. It is enough to deal with the step directly in front of you. Know that true strength lies in calmness, and your ability to control your reactions amidst chaos is the highest degree of wisdom. Do not let the days pass while waiting for better circumstances to start living. Start living now with what you have, right where you are. The perfect moment will never come. You create it with your perspective and gratitude. Every morning the sun rises is a new opportunity granted to you to start fresh. Put yesterday's regrets aside and write a new story worthy of your brave soul. Look for beauty in the small details, in a warm cup of coffee, the smile of a stranger, the sound of rain, or a moment of silence where you become a friend to yourself. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change completely. You were not created to live in fear or to be a victim of circumstances. You were created to go through the journey, learn, evolve, and leave a good mark before you depart. Give yourself the love you give to others. Be merciful to your weaknesses. And know that falling is not a disgrace. The disgrace is accepting to remain on the ground. Stand up, dust off your shoulders, and keep walking. For the road, no matter how long, expands for every dreamer who insists on arriving. Enjoy the journey, and do not preoccupy yourself too much with the final station. Life is what happens to you right now while you are busy planning for it. Make your heart a safe haven for anyone who approaches you, and sow hope wherever you go. For what you plant in the hearts of others will return to bloom in your heart one day. Learn how to say no to things that drain your energy, and how to say yes to everything that gives you peace and passion. Your boundaries are your protection, not cruelty, and your soul is most deserving of care and attention. Do not wait for praise from anyone, and do not seek external validation to repair your internal cracks. Your worth is constant and independent of anyone's opinion of you. Be yourself as you ought, in your honesty and simplicity, and do not pretend just to gain approval. For whoever loves you will love you completely, and whoever does not will not change their mind, no matter how hard you try. Know that every phase of your life requires a new version of you. So do not be afraid to let go of habits and ideas that no longer suit your present maturity. Growth is sometimes painful, and change requires courage. But staying in a place where you do not belong is the most painful of all. Let everything come and go with flexibility, and do not cling to anything by force. The things destined for you will find their way to you effortlessly, and the things that are not yours will not stay even if you give your entire life for them. Trust the path, be at peace, and know that behind every dark cloud is a sun waiting to rise and fill your life with warmth and light. When you stop running after things you thought would bring you security, you begin to discover the ultimate truth. Real security does not come from the outside world. It is born from deep within yourself. How many years of your life have you spent trying to please everyone? How many times have you compromised parts of your soul and your true passion just to look acceptable in the eyes of others? The truth one realizes late in life is that when you lose yourself, just so you don't lose someone else, you end up losing everything. The world will never recognize your worth until you start respecting yourself and setting strict boundaries that protect your inner peace. Know that the sadness you feel at times is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is an indicator that something in your life needs to change. Wounds and harsh experiences are not just passing pains. They are the scars that forge your true character and turn you into a deeper, wiser human being. Understand that you are under no obligation to endure relationships that drain your soul, nor are you forced to stay in places that make you feel small. Loosen your grip on everything that refuses to stay. Leaving is sometimes the highest form of courage and loyalty to yourself. Happiness is not a destination we reach and settle in. It is a mindset we choose every single day. It is the ability to see light in the middle of darkness and to remain optimistic amidst heartbreak. When you feel like things are falling apart around you, they might actually be falling into a far better order than you can imagine. The universe sometimes dismantles our smaller plans to protect us or to open doors to bigger dreams we never thought possible. Focus on what you can create today, even if it is something very small. A smile to a stranger, a quiet session with a book, or a kind word to yourself in front of the mirror. Real change is made of these small, daily accumulations that we usually overlook. Do not let the fear of failure prevent you from trying. The only true failure is to stop trying and give up to despair. Every step you take, even if you stumble, brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Be patient with your journey and know that every seed has its own time to grow, sprout leaves, and blossom under the sun. Do not rush the fruit before its time. Enjoy nurturing your roots and feeding your soul with reassurance and hope. Know that your energy is the most precious thing you own in this life. So do not waste it fighting imaginary battles with people who do not care about you, nor consume it overthinking scenarios that haven't happened and may never happen. Invest that energy in building yourself, learning a new skill, healing from past wounds, and creating a life you look forward to with passion every morning. When you walk with confidence and certainty that you deserve the best, the world begins to shape itself around that certainty, attracting opportunities and people who mirror the purity of your soul. Preserve the clarity of your heart despite the harshness of the world. Tenderness and gentleness are not weakness, but the highest forms of strength in a dry world. Leave a beautiful mark wherever you go, and be like clouds that carry goodness wherever they blow. Always remember that your life is your own canvas. Do not let anyone hold the brush and paint it on your behalf. Live consciously, love sincerely, forgive to free your own soul, and keep walking with your head held high, because you owe yourself a full opportunity to live an authentic life that truly represents you. The true greatness of the human spirit lies in its profound capacity to rise after every hardship. You may go through days where you feel your energy is completely depleted and your chest is heavy with weight. But know that these dark times are merely the space where your new strength takes shape. Gold only shines after passing through the fiery furnace, and diamonds only form under the fiercest pressure. So it is with you. Every hard experience you endure and survive leaves you stronger and more capable of facing life. Do not fear moments of weakness or doubt. Welcome them instead as an opportunity to rearrange your priorities and redefine your direction. Know that your inner peace is the impregnable fortress you must protect with all your strength. Never allow any person or event to drain your psychological stability or cause you to doubt your self-worth. Life teaches us that the things we cling to with fear and desperation are the very first we lose, while the things we allow to breathe freely and trustingly remain with us or return to us in a far more beautiful way. Letting go is not defeated, is the highest form of awareness. It is knowing when to fight and when to pause and quietly step back to save what remains of your soul. Focus all your attention on your personal journey and completely stop dwelling on what others are doing. The only true race you are running is the one with yourself. How to be better, wiser, more graceful, and more at peace today than you were yesterday. Every morning your body wakes up is a unique gift, not granted to everyone. Do not waste this great blessing on complaining and bitterness. Instead, receive it with deep gratitude and an open heart, ready for every positive possibility. When you begin to view the world through the eyes of gratitude, your mind will notice thousands of small blessings you once took for granted. The warmth of the sun, the taste of clean water, your ability to comprehend and reflect, and the presence of people who genuinely love you, even if they are few. Being loyal to yourself means listening to your body and your soul. When you feel exhausted, rest and do not force yourself to press on under excessive pressure. When you feel passion, follow that passion with all the energy and determination you possess. Do not let the noise of the external world drown out the voice of your inner intuition. That calm, honest voice is your true compass, always guiding you toward what is best for you. Be patient with your steps and do not rush big results overnight. All of nature offers us a profound lesson in quiet, continuous growth. A great tree does not grow in a single day. It requires years of anchoring its roots and nourishing its trunk before raising its high branches to offer shade and shelter. Likewise, your dreams and goals require daily care, repetition, and perseverance without weariness. Make your daily habits your strong shield and real support. Read something that feeds your mind. Engage in movement that charges your body with energy. And speak to yourself with words full of encouragement and compassion. Distance yourself entirely from the inner critic that preys on your mistakes and adds to your burdens. Instead, be your own most loyal and tender friend in times of distress. Understand that your ability to forgive those close to you and those who have wronged you is a tool to liberate your own soul above all else. Grudges and resentment are heavy burdens that chain your movement and prevent you from soaring toward new horizons. Keep a space of pure clarity in your heart. Forgive and then continue on your path without looking back. The world needs your authentic light. It needs your honesty, your awareness, and your courage to be entirely yourself. Never minimize the value of your contribution to this world, even if it is merely a kind word or a genuine smile that restores hope to someone going through a dark day. Continue the journey with a heart full of hope and an unwavering belief that the most beautiful and greatest moments are yet to come, and that everything you have been through was paving the way for the most magnificent version of yourself being born right now. The true depth of human consciousness lies in its awareness of the present moment, where the past with its disappointments dissolves, and the illusions and fears of the future fade away. When you learn how to sit with yourself in silence, you touch that abiding peace that has never left you, though it was hidden behind the noise of your thoughts and daily struggles. The truth is that most of the psychological suffering we experience is not caused by events themselves, but by our continuous mental resistance to what is. We exhaust our immense energy complaining and trying to reshape reality to fit the desires of the ego, whereas profound wisdom manifests in surrender and flexible acceptance. Surrender is neither weakness nor humiliation. It is the ultimate courage of making peace with the present moment as it is, and then acting from that place with clarity and purity, free from the baggage of anger or grief. When you stop weeping at closed doors and begin to pay attention to the small details around you, you discover that life continuously pours its blessings upon you. You were simply too busy looking far into the distance. Know that the mind is an excellent tool for analysis and planning, but a terrible master if you allow it to direct your life and construct a false identity rooted in fear and comparison. Your true identity is far greater than your thoughts, your temporary emotions, or how people view you. You are the awareness, observing these thoughts and transcending them. You are the vast space in which the entire human experience takes shape. The more you expand the space of self-observation, the less attached you become to appearances, and the more your fear of loss and nothingness vanishes. Excessive attachment to people, possessions, and titles is the primary source of pain. We forget that we are on a passing journey, and that everything we touch and own today is merely a temporary loan given to us to enjoy and benefit from, without possessing it in our hearts. One truly heals upon realizing that nothing in this world is worth losing the peace of one's youth or tranquility of mind. Free yourself from the compulsive urge to prove yourself to others or to correct their perceptions of you. Let them believe what they wish and think as they please. For people evaluate things through the lens of their own complexes and experiences, not through your true reality. Be like the firm, earth-bearing everyone, and offering goodness without waiting for praise or fearing coldness. Know that every crisis you face in life carries within it the seeds of spiritual transformation and a great gift you could never have reached without the bitterness of the experience. Pain is what cracks the shell of hardness around our hearts to allow light and mercy to enter. Often, a single heartbreak restores within you what years of vanity and mindlessness have corrupted. Feel the power of silence in your life and set aside daily quiet moments to disconnect from external distractions and continuous notifications that wear out the nervous system and scatter mental focus. In silence, truths reveal themselves, vision becomes clear, and souls find rest. Learn to listen to the language of your body, for it always tells you when you have exceeded your limits or when you are living in an unhealthy environment. Do not ignore its messages or suppress your emotions. Give every feeling its rightful place through expression and understanding. Grieve if necessary and cry if you must, for tears cleanse the soul and renew its energy. However, do not remain in the role of the victim, nor use your pain as a shelter to hide from the responsibility of shaping your destiny. True strength springs from taking full responsibility for your emotions, your responses, and your life without holding anyone else accountable or placing blame on circumstances and upbringing. Today, you are the decision maker of how your story continues. Rewrite the narrative with words filled with pride, courage, and hope. Cut the cords of attachment to painful memories and forgive those who wronged you, not for their sake, but to unbind the chains from your soul and reclaim your total freedom. When your heart is cleansed of rancor and malice, it becomes light, capable of soaring toward a new horizon full of possibilities and opportunities that align with frequencies of peace and love. Remain in a constant state of renewal and know that the highest form of intelligence is your ability to keep learning and unlearning old beliefs that no longer serve you. Life is a flowing river of vitality and continuous change, and those who cling to old shores can never taste the sweetness of the flow. Risk loving, risk giving, and above all, be honest with yourself, for self-honesty grants you dignity, presence, and unmatched peace of mind. Continue your path with awareness and conviction, knowing that the entire universe conspires to serve the soul that yearns for peace and lives in truth and beauty.